Hello user, it's time for our regularly scheduled contact. When last we met, a Yorha attack on the surface had just gone disastrously wrong due to a machine virus. With the bunker now lost, Pod 42 and Pod 153 decided amongst themselves that to support the completion of Project Yorha, they had to support the remaining Yorha units, A2 and 9S. As the two androids were separated from each other, and not exactly on speaking terms, this meant that the pods would have to split up and remain in regular communication. Pod 42 spent some time trying to determine A2's intentions, but she was less than thankful for their offer of assistance. Eventually, she revealed her plan. She was going to destroy every single machine she came across, and the pod better not get in her way. This plan led her to the desert, where a Goliath signal had been detected by Pod 42. However, upon arrival, nothing could be seen, until a huge machine burst from the sand beneath her. Though the machine was no match for A2, in its death throes it released an EMP blast which left her unconscious. Meanwhile, 9S was just coming to. The last thing he remembered was falling deep into a ravine after having witnessed 2B's death. But Devila and Popola, two machines from the resistance camp, had found him and nursed him back to health. As he awoke, he revealed his all too familiar intentions, the destruction of any machines that got in his way, and to take revenge for 2B. As he left the resistance camp, he noticed the landscape had changed significantly whilst he was unconscious. At the sight of Eve's defeat, a huge tower had burst from the ground. The tower was inaccessible to 9S, but a cheerful voice from within helpfully explained how this could be rectified. The destruction of 3 resource recovery units left by the machines across the area would grant him access. His anger now focused on a specific mission, 9S headed towards the first of these units, deep within the Forest Kingdom. As 9S approached the unit's entrance, he noticed the words "meat box" written in an ancient but familiar script. Assuming this was little more than nonsense, he continued to find a tower full of machine hardware and spare parts being harvested. At the heart of this tower sat a single machine core, scared and calling out for help. 9S ignored their cries, choosing to destroy them instead. 1 key down, 2 keys left. Hello you, I'm Danny. I'm here with In.
Hello.
And today, we're going to dive back into some Route C of NieR Automata. Now, I don't know if you remember last time, that was a very, very big story update, and it didn't really recover everything, because last time, we woke up in the middle of the desert as A2. And unfortunately, while we were asleep in the desert, we really messed up our fuel filter.
Amongst other things.
Oh, no, our outfit.
Fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Our outfit was kind of messy to start. I assume you mean the outfit.
What? A bow or a flower?
I actually do not remember if we still have the bow or the flower, so let's check. Ooh, the lunateer. There we go.
Yeah. That feels much better.
It feels right now, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, how can you go on an adventure without head accessories?
That is the main thing I seem to recall needing on an adventure. No, the swords thing is kind of irrelevant, it's the accessories.
I mean, swords can be an accessory, right?
It depends how functional they are. I tend to think of accessories as not being super functional. That's not fair though, because you could use the pin off an accessory to open a lock or something.
Or destroy your enemies. Just be resourceful.
Ah, that's also something that we ran into last time. As we came back to the resistance camp after waking up in a dust pile, we ran into Pascal, our dear friend, but perhaps not A2's dear friend.
Context, huh?
It's real difficult. Unfortunately, A2 has not really learned the lesson that machines can be good.
She's had a tough experience, right?
That's a fair summary of A2's storyline.
the way it is. Ooh.
So, about the A2 bad time we were just mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid it might be time to go and understand more about A2's bad time.
Knowledge is power. That's all we're after, right?
Of course. When they start attacking your hair, they've crossed the line, right?
And the music starts. They release the OST.
That only happens when things get really serious.
It is serious. If you don't want a haircut.
Well, I mean, I was gonna joke, but a character has already had a very important haircut in this game.
Important things have happened.
Route C is mostly pivoted around one very special haircut when you think about it. Again, it's so true to the NieR feeling that this stuff is retold in text logs, but NieR has a way of making text logs extremely dramatic.
Do you mean in the way they pace it, or just the way it's written?
Both, really? Like, the fact it does type it out and the fact you have to page through it, rather than it being like, you know, a normal video game text log, just scroll through all this, come on. Like, it manages to deliver the lines in a way.
Yeah. And always forget that this has been translated as well. Oh, it's so good.
Robin and I have talked about this quite a lot on our Monster Hunter streams, but it was localized by a company called 8-4. I think we've mentioned them on the NieR streams too. And 8-4, as well as localizing lots of Monster Hunter games and the previous NieR game, are generally just known for doing a fantastic job. They put an awful lot of heart into all of their localizations, and it really, really shows. They do, in NieR especially, they do a great job of getting across the humour and the tragedy, of which the game has both in bucketfuls. One of the things I'm not quite sure about with this part that is actually that kind of amazes me is I think this music underneath, I think this is a mix unique to this text log.
Wait, really?
I think so. It's similar to a song we've heard before, but I think this specific mix we haven't heard before. Which again, like, the thing about NieR's text logs is they've never felt like afterthoughts. They've always felt like genuine attempts to tell the story rather than, dump it in there, someone wrote it. And it's touches like that that makes it feel important. I wouldn't worry, Ivy. These are infinitely missable text logs, but they're very important.
Oh. Oh.
You know, your missions always seem to end the same way.
Alone and isolated?
People having a bad time descending.
Ascend instead. Ascend.
I mean, we can't leave it there, can we?
No, I I didn't catch that it was called Pearl Harbor either. Wait.
Gotta have your fight somewhere, right?
Somewhere people will recognize.
What I do really like about these text logs, it happened a lot in the previous text log, but more times than I could really point out. A lot of A2's story echoes a lot of what we were doing in Route A and B.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase, "we might finally gain some ground in this endless war," sounds very familiar to me.
It's easier to cycle, right?
They're roughhousing.
But they're taking turns. So it's all good.
They're still polite. They're sharing, whilst roughhousing.
Idiots.
That's a lot of shade to put down in a text log. An enemy out here casting judgment.
That's her most powerful spell.
Wrong game, in. We'll get to Final Fantasy later.
Oh, okay. Bonding through muscles.
Pretty sure that happened in Final Fantasy VII as well. Hang on.
Wait, is this all Final Fantasy? Why no Android Fantasy? I'll name you after paper sizes. No? Oh no.
Wow. They offered that, number 2.
How dare you reject this sign of closeness and friendship?
When someone offers to give you a nickname, you don't say no. You say, "Yes, please, this means the world to me. Can I be a big piece of paper, please?"
The biggest we can get.
You can either be a piece of paper or a pencil. And then 9S, who knows? Joke ends at 9S.
We were still figuring that out. I don't know where my piece of paper went, actually.
Oh no, that's the important piece of paper with all the S's on it.
It's somewhere. With all this stuff.
There is actually a lot of emphasis about friendship and the relationship between people, that sort of thing, in all the NieR games. One tweet I saw the other day comes to mind. It was a joke, clearly, but I don't think it's entirely untrue, which was just someone saying NieR is basically just Kingdom Hearts for people with depression.
Oh no!
I don't think it's unfair. I wish I could remember who tweeted that. Because I saw that and went, ah, because there are similar themes at points. A lot less Mickey Mouse in this one. This log's very cool because it goes into more the side we never really see, the side about how the androids feel about Yorha. Because it paints, Yorha's very heroic towards the androids. But, I mean, the log just said, what reason have they to believe that Yorha is super good?
Why should you believe anyone? Goodness is subjective? Ah.
I really appreciate the energy in, but I think we're going to have to ask you to read for a different part. I don't think you're right for this.
Okay.
So, we've not really explored the logic virus before. Also, that text log breaks the music here a little bit. Don't think too much about that. That's a mistake. Yeah, we've not really learnt too much about the logic virus before, other than obviously someone we know quite well fell victim to it. I guess all we can really do is see how it ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever wonder exactly why A2 was so angry about her command?
Well, I had a feeling she was betrayed. Or like, it's kind of the resentful kind of anger.
She has every reason to be resentful, though.
Mm-hmm.
A2 has had some real stuff happen before we showed up on the scene. So that's A2's backstory. Yeah, that gets very, very heavy at the end. I realize it's a very strong way to open the stream, but that is a pretty integral part of the story of the game.
It helps to understand her a lot more.
Yes.
Proposal. Replace the faulty part immediately.
Yeah, I know.
Coordinates confirmed for a colony centered around the machine life form known as Pascal. Location marked on map.
You don't know when to shut up, do you?
Yeah, so that is a lot. That actually upset me more than I thought it was going to second time round, if I'm honest. I'm going to pick up the quest while we're here to give some time to chat about it.
No.
Yeah, it's a very, very hard read, but it contextualizes all of her actions quite a lot. And indeed the way she reacts to BN9S quite a lot too. We want that bullet detonation that auto-collect items, don't we? Those are the ones we lost a long time ago. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's... I find it hard to talk about that one because it's all very, you know, at that point, well, at this point in the game in general, it's really laying it all out on the field, you know? Like, a lot of stuff is not hidden anymore.
It's just a field of emotions.
Yeah. Like, it's not... Since the start of Route C, we've talked about this quite a lot. No one in NieR is ever really just angry, you know? When you meet A2, she kind of just seems like she's really grumpy, a real pain in the ass. It's a lot more than that. Eve was not just angry, you know? Eve was utterly bereft. 9S2 is not just angry. It's very easy to dismiss these characters as just being angry and like being irrational almost, but you're really missing the point if you do that. Oh, I don't want to have to beat up the stacked guys.
The tall boys.
Don't want to have to
And
bully
the small
them.
boys. It's just asking them for some sugar.
That's a nice way to think about it, but I really don't think asking a machine if you can have its screws is the same as can I borrow a cup of sugar.
That's everything those redhead twins wanted.
You can hand it back, right?
Guess I'll hand it over.
A2, they're right there!
No, that's A2's inside voice.
A2's inside voice is very loud. Thank you ever so much for subscribing, by the way, Ami and Bruce. It's just, it was an intense time. I honestly think Deviler and Popola might be some of my favourite designs in the whole game. They're a lot more functional fancy than a Yorha unit is. Like, if you, again, think of like any Yorha like battle or attacker unit, they all have like a lot of lace in there, there's a lot of gothic inspiration. Yorha, Deviler and Popola rather, they've got like big flowy bits of that top. There's a nice big cut going all the way up the side, but then they just got like massive boots and shin pads because they're working all day.
They're just being reasonable. It's really, really good.
You can be fancy and practical. They don't even have battle heels on, I think.
It's a wedge.
A battle wedge is fine. Wow, that is a lot.
Oh.
We got 5 waters.
mushrooms. Mushrooms.
Mushrooms are, I think, used to upgrade a weapon or a pod. You know, like you'd expect. I feel like battle heals versus support wedges is like a practical poll you could do.
Well, if you do want to get used to wearing heels, start with wedges to get yourself used to the height.
Oh, do you think the battle wedges are just like practice for the battle heals? Oh, so are Devil and Popola training for like 2B style boots?
Big boots. Big boots. Just give them shorts and big boots, yes please.
Not everyone can have their full legs out. Don't get me wrong, if I had to choose, they'd have, like, you know, the outfit would have shorts, but I can respect a trouser. I recently, this is not related to anything, I recently found myself saying the American word for trousers, pants, an awful lot, not really intentionally, and I feel sort of guilty about that, because I think trousers is one of the funniest British words. There's something about the assonance and the way that trousers sounds that makes it sound so stupid.
It just sounds like you're gonna dig something up in the garden, but no.
I don't...
They're just...
It's got that it's the same, like, you're right, it's the same as at the start of the word trowel. I think that's the funny part of the word. There's something about trow that makes it sound like, I don't know, it's like, in my head it sounds like a trombone or something.
a trombone, but it's made out of jeans.
Oh, a trombone. Well, we'll leave these guys alone because we got places to be. Oh, by the way, A2's ladder descending animation, even cooler than 2B somehow.
What?
She does not even want to take part in the ladder.
As minimal as possible.
See, it's minimal, but also very extra. It's both. Oh, yes, just to clear things up, Momo, yes, in the UK, pants refers to the things you wear underneath your trousers. So everyone gets very confused when I accidentally say it and thinks I'm being rude. But no, I'm just being stupid.
Funny.
Ooh, Ivy raises a good point. Trousers is funny because it rhymes with wowzers.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no, I'm just thinking of like really lo-fi PowerPoint slides, but with lots of clip art.
What, you mean the best possible storytelling medium?
Do we have to change story time?
Can I get away with making one of them a PowerPoint presentation, please?
Well, I mean, if I'm off for a week or something. What?
Oh.
It's Halloween.
Yeah. Hey everyone. How's the whole laugh and have fun thing going?
It's a riot.
Hmm.
134 days.
Mark it on your calendars. That's only a few months left to get your costumes ready. If you're wondering, that is, of course, days until Halloween.
I mean, what else would we be counting down to?
Exactly. Like, it's not everyone at home might understand how important Halloween is to us. And everyone in the amusement park right now.
Would it be a sin to post a link to a video?
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
I find it creepy.
Oh, dingbats.
Don't be rude.
Eh?
Don't call them dingbats. It's rude.
No, that's the font they were using, right?
I know. I'm sorry. I was playing a trick.
Ooh, how dare!
We don't actually need to go this way, but I kind of want to explore the spooky amusement park a little bit, you know? Do you remember when we had a lot of fun climbing up this? Oh, what a time.
Looking for more prizes. And not getting stuck at all, nope.
Oh, never. Oh, we had such a fun time in the amusement park. What happened?
Oh, are we gonna get on the roller coaster?
Weird. Did you hear a noise?
You mean the dinging or the ringing or
There's a
the
sort of
kind of
there's a sort of
buzzing?
high-pitched emergency noise, yeah.
Emergency noise? Oh, like the things they play at the front of shops to keep rowdy teenagers away, right?
A little bit like that, but sort of the opposite.
Are you talking about the party tank?
No, I was talking about that pod. So, you know we killed the party tank when we were last here? By doing so, we made that pod program spawn. I believe that's only ever there if you destroy the party tank.
Oh.
I don't actually remember how Vault works, so, you know, let's give it a go. Not on the
Let's
party
get
tank, we've already done
Oh.
something terrible.
It's okay, let's just pull another one out of the stable, no problem.
The party stable?
Yes. I mean, you can't have an unstable party, that'd be no fun at all. It must be well balanced.
I don't know, I've been to a lot of British university parties.
Oh, I'm talking about like your rank, your not rank, your tank and your DPS and
Oh,
your
yeah.
healer.
You've got to have everyone playing their role, you know? You've got the tank, the DPS, the bard, the person who puts all the worst music on takes over on the Spotify, puts all the worst music on. Nobody really likes them, but everyone's too polite to say stop it, you know? Although, arguably, is that not just the bard? I say, having played bards in those sort of video games before.
The last time I played a bard in D&D, it was basically Miku.
Oh, okay, we're kind of getting into this now. Is Miku kind of just a bard, though? Like,
She's the bard.
Miku's a virtual idol, right? Is an idol just a bard?
Yep. If you want to play an idol class, play a bard.
That's
Same
exactly
thing.
why I played a bard, yeah. Oh, well, would you look who it is?
Oh. So it's okay to smack him in the face?
It's not okay to smack anyone in the face!
Prize?
No prizes. It's time for the foremost genius of the generation to perfect the greatest invention of our age.
A prize?
A prize, but like a science prize. Oh, Ivy, no, you've played the idol class. It's slightly different. It's the one that levels up by, like, leaving the computer running.
AFK is your most powerful move.
Oh, no.
No!
We were promised science and nothing happened.
But R&D. R&D.
Research not developed.
Where did it go?
It landed on Mars.
Oh.
If anything, he did too good a job.
Oh, we put too much money into this.
I think it's very funny how it starts playing this really sweet music here.
Bitter.
Do you remember when we reunited the two sisters in Pascal's village? This is the same song as that.
This is reuniting him with the feeling of defeat?
Oh, we're so generous.
Wow.
So what you actually do by, like, the main thing you unlock, rather, by completing this quest line is a shop where you can buy these two items. These are pretty high rank upgrade materials. You need them to upgrade your weapons, and we will be upgrading our weapons. I'm going to be doing my homework and getting all of the weapon stories for you.
Oh.
Because I realise we've been slacking on that a little bit.
I completely forgot that was a thing, actually.
Because I've been slacking on it.
Well.
It's okay, we're going to get there. With the Smarty Pants machine's help. Speaking of machines and help...
Oh. No one to help?
No, I just thought I'd chat and say hi.
Everywhere.
Analysis. This is a colony of pacifistic machine lifeforms led by the unit known as Pascal. It is logical for a large number of machine lifeforms to be present. This pod has concerns regarding your HUD Unit A2's predictive skills.
I'd be more concerned about me smashing your face if I were you.
She has a way of dealing with things that I can really appreciate.
Well, she could try to smash Pod's face, but her reach isn't as far as Pod's flying abilities.
That's true. Also, where is Pod's face, technically speaking?
It depends on which mode it's in.
Please help, I got sand in my motors.
Please, can you reach with the little brush?
That's all that needs to happen, yeah. It's just that Pod doesn't have big enough arms.
Find me a can of WD-40.
Ugh. Do you reckon, like,
What?
WD-40 is just, like, snack food for androids?
Oh god, it's junk food, isn't it?
Yeah, like when you have, when you have something that's really delicious and you regret it immediately afterwards, because you know it was bad for you.
I haven't had a bag of Cheetos in months.
I don't know, that sounds very I caught you with your hand in a bag of Cheetos just now.
No, I just drank some water. We've embarrassed her.
I don't know if that's embarrassed. I'm not sure what I'd call that emotion.
No, it's embarrassed. The forest.
Areas where rigid tree bark is available marked on map.
God damn it.
Analysis. Hostility toward the peaceful machine lifeform Pascal is pointless from an energy usage standpoint. Proposal. Form a friendly relationship immediately.
You've got to be kidding me.
Less energy overall.
I think the phrase proposal form of friendship immediately is very funny. It's the most arsey Pod gets, I think.
Just be friends.
Why can't you play nice?
Pushes them together more. Be friends.
Opala's errand is over. I believe that's the desert, right? Yeah, that's the desert. We don't want to go back there for a bit. We want to go get some delicious tree bark from the forest.
Is this like the kind that's made out of chocolate and stuff?
I believe it's the kind that's made out of tree and stuff.
Oh.
I don't know if the machines have really discovered chocolate yet. Oh, here's a better shot of how A2 descends ladders, by the way.
Nice.
It's pretty slick.
Nice. No, machines and chocolate would be like, they take a bath in it, and you just see them sitting in a vat of, like, bubbling brown glue.
But then that could just be oil again.
No, it's definitely chocolate.
Oh, Momo raises a good point. If they've learnt about makeup from human traditions, maybe they've learnt about chocolate.
It is their deep secret.
Don't know about you, but I haven't been keeping my chocolate secret.
Have you been eating them?
If anything, it's a chocolate blatant at this point.
Wait, are you eating some right now?
I wish. Hey, we're on the wrong side. We need to go over to the other side.
Ah.
This will give us a chance to check up on our old friend, the meat box.
Whoa, what's that?
Unknown.
You're useless.
Of course, A2 doesn't really know it's the meat box.
It's really round for a box.
It's really round and spooky for a box too.
Touch it.
You
Touch it.
can't touch it. It's really high up there. Doesn't
Touch it.
doesn't get shot or nothing. It's untouchable.
Your wiggly string doesn't reach.
My wiggly string's really long too.
It's like, you know when you have a jump rope and you're turning it into a snake?
Yes. I do actually know exactly what you mean.
If you've never done that with a jump rope, what are you doing?
Probably not jump roping enough, to be honest. I'm holding on to this vault because I desperately want to use it, but there's nothing here. Someone can get shocked. Hello?
Hello?
I've got a nice surprise for you, I promise. Hello! So Vault just kind of causes damage over time. It's fine, I guess. But you can't actually kill anything with Vault. It just sort of gets them down to no health and you go, boop! I don't know, I like the idea of Vault more than I like Vault, I think. But we've already discovered I only really like Bomb.
Just bum 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 bum.
All of the time. Oh my goodness, don't reveal the dark secret of chocolate that it's actually unsustainable and we might run out of it. It's too early for scary stories.
The fish is supposed to hit in like 2 years.
It's very close,
And
yeah. Ow!
And then they might be gone by 2050. So I've just had to check.
Hey, this got rowdier than I thought it was going to.
Is it because of the chocolate?
I think so, yeah. They all heard I had the chocolate.
Like, give us some.
Here's the chocolate.
Chocolate bombs! I understand now.
Oh, what, like Maltesers?
Uh-huh. Wait, have you never had a chocolate bomb hot chocolate?
I have, I had one with you.
Yeah! It's like that, right?
I could have really gone about this a lot better, couldn't I?
I'm sorry for the distraction.
No, I just ran in willy-nilly, not realizing how many enemies there were here.
Is there nowhere you can tunnel them through?
Possibly. We could just, like, constantly run around.
The tactics?
This is a tactic of sorts. The thing about these, the spear guys is they have an incredibly big jump.
Where can you get an auto pickup from?
I have one. Actually, I just bought one from Devilet and Popola. I just need to equip it. Which we'll do soon.
She fights so cool.
She is just more like a more straightforward 2B. Not the way that she fights, you know, in a less complicated way. It's just that, like, she's more to the point, you know?
Aggression plus.
She's not limited by that really fancy skirt. She can just sort of get down to the dangerous bits. Well, that's accidentally throwing a bomb out, but that's fine. So, hey, this big guy has the stuff we need.
What? Playing hopscotch.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of not playing by the rules of hopscotch.
Well, you haven't drawn the, like, chalk outline? Is that a boar? Yes.
Boars live in forest.
Yes. Why is it running around like that?
It has been rightfully spooked by my rowdiness.
Oh.
Guess I'll go back to that machine.
So, this was literally just a fetch quest. This, like, there are bits of Route C that feel a bit paddy-outy, and honestly, this is probably one of them. It's cool that A2 gets to see the meat box, but doesn't, you know, she doesn't really, like, it doesn't get contextualized at all, I guess.
Yeah. Ooh. But if you haven't played any of Nines' stuff, you'd be like, ooh, what's that?
I
And
believe you have
recognize it
to.
later? Oh, okay.
I think you have to, as we've done it, like, basically alternate.
Mm-hmm.
Although that said, I'm not sure. I've never tried.
Oh. Do you want to see about not alternating next time to see if they make you alternate?
Jesus does not want to play Nanes' story because he's having a really, really bad time and dealing with it very poorly.
A little bit. But also, we have to know for science. It's R&D, right?
We've already seen the failure of R&D today. I don't think I could take another one.
Well, that depends on how far we get through today.
Considering we had that very important and really quite sizable text adventure earlier, I think we're probably not visiting that boy today.
So if you're going to equip the auto pickup thingy, do you have to be at a vending machine for it?
No, you can kind of just do it whenever. I just haven't yet, because RS faffing with chips is not super engaging to watch.
Oh.
Also, we're not at a point where we really need it right now. It's always nice to have, you know.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Here's this stuff.
Thank you so much. We got built to arrive. Please just give me one moment.
She's so grumpy. She's bye Pascal.
Bye! See you later.
Alert. The machine
Welcome
life
back.
form Pascal
He has a way of exiting.
It's very powerful. Exit stage sky.
Oh, this is the hardest quest for A2 yet.
Oh, wow.
Do you think she's going to be able to do it?
I believe. I believe.
Why being violent is the thing A2 does best.
Okay.
What sort of machine could be doing this, you think?
One of the forest boys.
Hostile machine life forms detected.
Worse, it's one of the weird sort of dog boys.
Oh, a rogue horse.
All
Sorry,
horses
a
are
rogue
rogue. Have you
dog.
seen a horse? They're weird.
I drew one recently.
Yeah, and it was rogue. It was all made
Well,
of
no,
ice
it
cream
was
and
mint.
smoky.
It was mint chocolate chip.
While that's the best flavour, it did make a haunted noise.
I love it.
Hey Pascal, fixed your horse problem.
Took the dog out for a walk.
Oh, it sounds too nice for what happened. Wow! Thanks for the prizes, Pascal.
Nice.
She's so helpful.
Mm. It's tsundere but tough.
I don't know if there's much dere there right now.
It's way deep inside, like way, way deep. So I mean, she's still doing the stuff.
So when Pascal says, please take a look around our village, it is our chance to make friends with the machines, but it's also our chance to do some side quests.
Wait. Every single one of them.
What I do like about A2 is she's very like, she doesn't really challenge things. It's, her response to most things is just like, yeah, alright, whatever you say. Sounds reasonable to me.
I completely empathize with that.
And I
I'll just
completely
take-
empathise with having a faulty storage element.
Mm.
You don't say.
All machines that's not ours are bad.
Well, they are the rowdy ones.
Have you ever refused these?
I think if you say no, he just says, oh, okay, and the quest is sort of there again if you want to pick it back up.
Oh, okay.
You know, video game.
Video games. Mm. But if they get lost in the forest, you'll have to find them.
Don't give him ideas. You literally can't speak that way to children. Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
They've heard swears before, it's fine.
Who from? Pascal would never say damn.
Pascal's not the only one they talk to.
Who do they talk to? I'll wash their mouth out with soap.
If you can find it.
It is pretty boring in the village, though. They have a point.
She needs to find a giant tire swing.
Close.
She's getting coerced into buying sweets from the shop. crafty.
Oh, Ivy guessed it. A2's gonna make him a big switch out of sticks.
Wait, a switch made out of sticks sounds... That's... I don't know about that. Oh
The
boy.
dialogue options are now truly representing A2's internal monologue.
It's much better. No hint! Just appreciation.
A2! No mild swears. If only we knew someone called an enemy.
No, it's
Right.
the enemy with the library.
Oh, tool shop machine, do you have any Nintendo DS's? Oh,
Oh no!
I can't think of anything else children like to play. Do you have a Fortnite?
Well, you can spend the night in the fort, but I don't think that's quite the same thing.
I mean, I don't know. I've never tried. I suppose all we can do is guess.
Blanket fort, blanket fort.
When kids say they're playing Fortnite, they do just mean they're building a blanket fort, right? Although a lot of people on Twitch do like to watch people build blanket forts, which I can really understand.
If you get a bunch of sheets and drape them over your entire house, is your house the blanket fort? Or is
No, that
different
actually
now?
makes your house a ghost.
Oh. No. Only if you cut out eye holes.
Yeah, for the windows. You have to do that, otherwise the house can't see. So what do we need to make those DSs for those children?
A battery. A stick.
Toy material from
no.
the amusement park.
Ah, toy material.
Should we go
From
collect
the-
5 toy material?
Yes. From
Oh.
the zombies?
A2
Oh.
doesn't agree.
The camera doesn't either.
Yeah, the camera's getting a bit jammed up on that fella. Not that way.
Which way? This way.
Follow the scent of the amusement park. Which way smells like rides?
Does something happen if you fall through?
I don't think you
The-
can actually fall through that point. Like, there is some ground underneath, but you can't, like, accidentally tumble out and get stuck or anything.
Oh, okay. It's just more annoying to go that way? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
You know, Ivy, toy material. Like Im was saying before, like batteries and sticks. Ew.
Toy fluid. To make sure they don't get really squeaky and
I thought
annoying.
toy fluid was what you stored your toys in so they didn't get, like, bad and rotten.
Mm.
You know, like how you
It's only
keep
if-
pickles in pickle fluid?
I was just gonna say. Pickles.
See, we're talking about a real thing. We both understand it's basically pickle juice for toys.
Oh, it's only because we were talking about pickles earlier.
Oh, we were talking about... Yeah, I guess that's probably why then.
Hamburgers and pickles. You know, UI stuff.
Yeah. Talking about interfaces and where the pickle goes in the hamburger menu. We need to... Hey,
Oh.
hey, do you know where I can find toy materials or any toy juice, please?
Maybe if we follow them. Might take a while.
I don't have to take the A2 solution to this problem, do I?
That's a solution, but that might not be the solution that you want to take.
Can't remember if that's how you get the toy material.
You don't want to try, do you?
No.
Do you want me to look it up?
Uh,
Uh, uh,
oh.
I mean, you've got new unit data.
That's true. I've learnt about the zombies now. Good job, everyone. Anything in this house? No, but we can be the ticket inspector if we wanted. Toy material.
Toy material!
Toy
I went to look it
material.
up. I went to look it up and I clicked on it on the item to take me to the page about it, and it was like, nothing is here. Oh,
I really
sorry.
appreciate the thought, but extremely never Google NieR Automata. You would really surprise yourself with the things you could spoil by accident with a side quest in this game.
Wait, with a side quest?
Oh,
Wait,
this...
not even side quests are safe?
Hey, you don't know what the toy materials make.
A Nintendo Switch with a Nintendo Labo. Because they want to play with the cardboard, right?
Oh, the toy material's probably cardboard.
It's cardboard.
Hey,
Explains all the
party
boxes.
tank.
Explains all the boxes lying around everywhere. A lovely choker. Can you put that on?
No, unfortunately, it's not lovely enough for you to actually wear it. A2 refuses to wear anything that isn't quite lovely enough for her.
Hmm.
A2 and 2B have very, very similar, very similar stances, but because A2 doesn't wear a skirt, her battle stance looks so much wider and so much more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, A2 is ready to throw down at any point. Like, her stance is different enough that, she holds herself totally different to A2. Hang on, she is A2, totally different to 2B, but the legs are similar. It's just that A2's stance is a lot more like... I think it's a lot more hunched and forward, which makes her look like she is about to punch the hell out of something.
Because the center of gravity is lower.
Yeah. 'Cause she's angry. Yes,
I like the
Momo,
little
I've...
noise when you land.
Sorry?
I like the little noise when you land on the front of the spaceship. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, yeah, Momo is absolutely right. Songs in the soundtrack have some really, ridiculous spoilers in them and everything. Actually, we can talk about this now. So the way that the soundtrack is split up, it's vaguely set up by route, almost. So the bunker theme is actually on the disc with the Route C music. And that's the point at which you find out it's called Fortress of Lies. And, if you found out that song was called Fortress of Lies, if you say, I've been playing NieR Automata for 2 hours and I'm really liking it. I want to go and listen to the music from the bunker because it's really relaxing. You Google it and immediately everything is ruined.
It's only if you think about it. See, I would just accept it. I wouldn't even try to link things together and go, oh, what's happening here? It's be like, okay, that's just what it's called.
Oh, what a weird name. Ha!
Yeah, that's just me though.
It just, honestly, it probably doesn't actually give the game away at that point, but it's very, in retrospect, no! Don't get me wrong, it's not on the same level as Googling, Virtue's Last Reward. And immediately having everything ruined for you just by Googling a character from it.
Oh yeah, the name. Of the
Don't
character.
Google Jumpy! So, what do you think the toy is?
A seesaw.
I'm not going to say anything. We'll find out.
spinning cups.
It was a slide!
Ah! Wait, will it make a slide whistle sound every time they go down it?
No, but it might make a slide noise.
Can we go down the slide?
Maybe. I don't remember how. Ah, there.
Ah!
Hi, everyone! Way to ruin the moment, Pascal.
A group of
There he
pacifist
goes.
machines.
Hypothesis. Forming a harmonious relationship with Pascal and the villagers may help Unit A2 to obtain more materials. Proposal. Investigate the village.
Is there a particular bit of the village you'd like to investigate first in?
What is furthest out from what the next story thing will take us to?
I was really hoping you'd say the slide because I want to go down the slide.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Yay!
Can you run up the slide?
That's not how slides work.
But can you do it?
That's not how slides work in.
What, have you never run up the slide?
Yeah, that's not how. It's dangerous. What if someone else was coming down the slide?
You just jump.
Yay! This is one of the most genuinely pure moments of the game. it's
Does your heart
deliberately a
feel
little bit
healed?
like cloying, but it shows A2 sort of getting, won round a little bit. By the end of it, she's no longer like, ugh, get out of here, you bucket of bolts. I hate screws. And by the end, she's just like, oh, it's fine. You're welcome. It's fine. She's getting a little bit less spiky towards them. It's very
tsundere.
sweet. No. So we have to go get this philosophy book. So we should probably do that before we call it now. Let's tidy out our errands, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Can't go to the bunker, we're not allowed. Wonder how that happened.
I wonder why.
Don't tell anyone.
A mystery.
Talk about a fortress of lies.
Oh my god, Danny. Am I still not allowed to listen to the soundtrack?
No.
Ah!
If you want, I can like arrange it, but please don't don't Google anything.
No, I won't look it up.
If you're playing along at home, also please don't Google anything. Genuinely, this game is very easy to spoil yourself on.
Not even the good kind of spoiling.
You should just ask me. I've got more gold ore than I know what to do with.
Where the state ceaseth, there only commenceth the man who is not superfluous. I see. It seems this Nietzsche was quite the profound thinker. Or perhaps he skipped right past profound and went straight to crazy instead. Oh well, enough of that. I'd best go see the world for myself instead of burying my head in books.
Is he gonna fly off through the roof?
Look at you. Your speaking has improved so much. But I fear you still haven't finished your studies, have you? You promised to read and memorize that botanical field guide, remember? That's when we're done, right? Of course I will. You have my word. And Uncle Pascal would never lie and break his word. Because children who lie grow up to be mean, evil machines. What's that?
A while ago you asked me if we got to play as Pascal. Technically speaking, the answer's yes.
Yeah!
Very, very briefly.
Explain this to Pascal.
Playing with children.
A2, can you hear me?
Oh, perfect.
Help, A2.
I have the materials
The
you
village
asked
is
me
in
to...
great trouble. The villagers are...
Pascal!
Mm.
Pascal, are you there? What the hell is going on?
Hypothesis. The valuable source of information known as Pascal has encountered difficulty. Proposal. Unit A2 should investigate Pascal's village immediately.
I'm on my way.
We've got to walk there.
Ah!
That's how serious this is.
Oh, hello, Emil.
I love him, but he has no sense of timing.
He's doing his best, okay?
He literally drove past perfectly as we exited the village. Or the resistance camp, rather.
He's like, don't forget about me.
I know stuff's really bad right now, but you know how every day is a sale? Every single day.
Of course. Would you like to buy some pickles?
Did you know Emil is actually the, main pickle vendor for the city ruins now? No competition anymore. Hey. Get out of here, weird horse guy.
He wants to go to the village too.
Oh, that's the problem. Something bad has happened in the village. Horses can't come.
Oh, there was the one that was terrorizing the kids. Wait, that's fire. Danny, that's fire. That's not good. Mm-mm.
Hell? machines are eating each other? Pod, where's Pascal?
Unknown. Cannot establish connection.
Hey, too.
What happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers suddenly went mad. They began attacking their friends. I managed to help the children flee to safety, but I fear everyone else is.
You need to get out of here before you're next. Just go. Run. I'll figure out how to handle this.
But what about you?
These guys can't touch me. Now move your ass!
Right.
He specifically installed his hovering ass for this too. What really scares me about this section is that the other machines do have health bars, and I don't want to hit them because I would never forgive myself. But
So was it
it's
like-
it's very, very hard because everyone moves so wide.
So this doesn't have anything to do with bringing back something from the amusement park, does it?
No. This
Okay.
happens regardless. We didn't do this by bringing back toy material, don't worry.
Okay.
Hey, Snake, I seize you.
Ooh, Momo's saying that the machine had a talk prompt.
No, it didn't. That machine... It feels bad saying it. That machine had a prompt to finish it off because it was at low health. That was not a talk prompt. That was a... That would have caused a... Yeah. 80 would have had a special animation had I pressed B there.
Wait, does it mean you've done it? Was
Yeah.
that an accident the first time?
No, 2B has that same move too. So I don't know if you saw there, but that was the sister robots.
So the bone got sad. Snake, kill the snake.
I wanna, but the snake is really hard. They don't really engage with you. They
Like
just sort of
ever?
float around being a problem.
They wanted to get on the slide too. Ah!
There it is.
Snake, kill the snake.
Haha.
You did it! Look at all those Maltesers!
That was not my most elegant set of moves, but we dodged those attacks.
Hopscotch.
Hey, if you're in the air, nothing can touch you, right? Nope, that's not the way.
I mean, that's the method Pascal and Pod use. No touchy.
But I don't have my hover butt installed.
Well, yeah, you're wearing the wrong shorts for it.
Can't
That's
hack
not
into
how
that
you get
door.
hot leggy.
Yay. Yay. The slide doesn't seem as fun anymore.
The slide is not as fun when it's on fire.
No. I mean, I guess we could have guessed that, you know?
Vending?
It's... The timing of the side quest with the slide and this is particularly cruel.
Forgot we were playing NieR Automata. Minute. Like, oh yes, we're having a nice time. Oh.
Oh, having a nice time, are you? I'll make you regret that. What are we looking
Shame
for
if
here?
the story was to happen.
There's something bad left over that we need to deal with, but I'm not sure where.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. It's that thing.
Snake.
Oh,
Oh, did you
Snake,
get the
I hate
girl
you.
to move it?
ah.
Ah!
Oh, okay, yeah, we need to clear the village out of the snake first. You're the worst!
Descale it. At least you sort of know when it's coming round.
because we're on a 2D plane, it's surprisingly hard to actually avoid the like swirling death bits while still shooting it, because anything that isn't the yellow orb on a snake is damage.
Ah.
Is that all of them? Pod, scan for survivors.
Scanning. No life signs detected.
None, huh?
Oh.
Pascal, can you hear me?
Hey, too. How is my village? My people?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help them.
Oh no.
Are the children all right?
I've taken them to the abandoned factory.
All right. I'm on my way.
Didn't mean to do that. Oops. Yeah.
This vending machine's been bombed.
It has now. So at least Pascal and the children escaped is the main thing. That was bad, but
I
we're
mean,
meeting
the
up with
worst
them.
outcome didn't happen. That is, everyone gone. So,
Pascal,
silver linings
you
and all.
okay?
Hey, too.
So what exactly happened?
I don't know. Some of the villagers just started to feed on each other. If you hadn't come along, I'm sure we would have met the same grim fate. Thank you.
Query. We understand that machine life forms can regenerate as long as they possess the required materials. Is this accurate?
Unfortunately, we cannot regenerate our cores. Cores contain the data which forms our self-consciousness. If one is destroyed, there is no way to restore it. We usually store our cores in safe places, but this time, the villagers had their cores destroyed as well as their bodies.
I see. So is this factory safe?
It was once occupied by a cadre of fellow machines that had gone berserk. However, 2B took care of that threat. It is quite safe now. We've been using it for storage for some time.
All right. Still, if we're gonna hole up here, I wish we had more info to work with.
Proposal. Unit A2 should secure the safety of Pascal and the children immediately.
What's the hurry?
Haste is predicated on data obtained from the recently restored cross-regional pods network.
Wait, there's more of you?
Affirmative. Cross-regional data reveals a large number of machine life forms amassing around these ruins.
What?
Ah.
Pascal!
A2!
Alert. Enemy reinforcements are infiltrating the facility.
I'll smash them before they can reach this room.
You must let me help you! I will smash them up and kill them!
So that line is more important than it gives on. Pascal saying that he will smash and kill something
We can
is
sort it out later.
No.
Right now, we have
bad.
to take them down.
It is him going against his entire principles, everything he's said and done throughout the whole game, because everything is going so hideously wrong, you know? Like, again, he too is reaching that stage of just, like,
These bastards won't stop.
A2,
Breaking point.
please buy me a bit of time.
Were his eyes red?
no. That's
Oh, okay.
the many other machines here, but he is now shooting a shed load of bullets.
Oh, okay. And he flew off into the Skylab.
Come on, Goliaths too?
That's not the party tank?
No, this is the regular tank. I'm afraid they made the regular tank that little bit bigger. Unfortunately, it's got a big exposed bum. Haha. So do I right now. I need to get out of here.
Oh. Just dodge, right? Just dodge roll.
No, A2 doesn't dodge roll. She just dodges.
Oh, okay. Tank's almost. Yeah. Nice. Well. Oh. Good.
They're still coming?
Fear not, A2. I can handle this.
Oh no. It's not gonna be. Oh.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I must protect the children.
Is it just touch damage?
If you want, or you can do a big swing. We know the Engels robots by now. We know what they're capable of.
Look at that skull in the back.
Did you want a fighting game, by the way? Because now we kind of have one.
So Pacific Rim, right?
Actually, Pacific Rim is a much better call for this part, yeah.
Big robots.
Extremely big
Pacific.
robots. You kind of get to take turns. Like, you get to do a punch, then you get to block, then you get to do a punch. Oh, I messed that one up. I got too excited.
You were just showing us what it's like if you miss.
Oh. I can never quite remember when it's time to do the attack or just block.
if you both smack at the same time? Does it... Ah!
We're about to find out.
Well... Oh. Goodbye.
Are you alright, A2?
Yeah. Thanks for the assist.
I fear for the children. Let us hurry to them.
That's such a weird scene, because they managed to make this big, slow, plodding action sequence completely heartbreaking. That whole thing, obviously it's partially for the spectacle, but that whole thing is more demonstrating how, well, we said it before, like, how much Pascal has betrayed his beliefs.
Is this what happens when you read?
I always told you it was dangerous.
No, how can this?
Their own cores? They killed themselves.
How? How could this happen?
Why? Why would they do such a thing?
I taught them everything. All my thoughts and emotions. I thought it would serve them well in the future. But instead,
How would teaching them lead to something like this?
fear.
I don't understand.
I taught the children what fear is. I felt they had to know so they wouldn't rush heedlessly into danger. But instead,
Fear destroyed them. It caused them to take their own lives.
if I knew this could happen, I never would have. A2, I need your aid. I cannot live with this heartbreak inside me. I need you. I need you to delete my memories. And if not, then I need you to kill me.
Initiating hacking to cut off memory circuits.
So, there are actually three things we can do here. We can do as Pascal asks. We can do as Pascal says is the alternative. Or, there is a third and much, much worse option. You can just leave. You can just... It's one of the straight up most ice cold things I've ever seen anyone let you do in a video game. You can straight up leave and let him suffer. So
What happened with an enemy?
I think I probably already know the answer. Which one do you think we should do?
I just want to run away, but that's probably not right.
Do you actually want to run away from Pascal?
Wait, if you cut off the memory circuits, is that like everything? How much
That's
memory is it?
erasing his memory.
But I don't know. Don't make me choose.
It's your playthrough, in.
No. Wait, I only see 2 options on the thingy though.
This is talking to him starts the process where you hack his memories. So either we can do that or say, wait, I'll do the other thing.
Hack off the memories?
Are you sure?
No.
I'm not sure either, but is it the one we're going with?
Unless chat wants to vote. Because they're playing too, right?
Just to clarify, none of them are an ending. This is the story. Momo, you're evil. No offense.
Look, if it's a lot of momos, at least one of them will be evil. And the evil one was playing that time, okay?
That's true. Not to sound rude, I just think it's a very, very cruel way to handle the situation. Right, I'm gonna do the memories.
Pascal's memories.
Okay.
Understood. Initiating memory deletion procedure.
Ah.
My name is Pascal. I'm the leader of this village. You promised to read and memorize that botanical field guide, remember? That's why we're done, right?
Okay, so they're just the memories of these specific children.
Of course I will. You have my word. And I know Pascal would never lie and break his word. Thank you, A2. Thank you.
Memory deletion complete. Reset timer activated.
Pascal.
Is this the choice you made before?
So that's our check-in with A2 done. Yeah, it's been a rough one. Yes, that is the choice I made before. It's also the choice I know Robin made. It's also the choice I know most everyone I talked to about it made. There's no right or wrong choice. Everything you can do is perfectly fine and will shape the rest of the game. It's the only choice I could live with.
Yeah.
This yeah. This game gets very, very heavy. It deals with a lot of heavy things. I think this is certainly one of the heaviest bits.
Like, it just... There's a whole lot of... I made a decision, and I feel really bad, but there were worse decisions, but it still doesn't make it quite right?
This is one of the most true NieR bits, I think. Like, what NieR Automata and NieR Gestalt really stuck with me for is the fact that sometimes it isn't happy. Sometimes things don't actually work out,
Yeah.
which is it's a very Yoko Taro. Like his games do not necessarily have happy endings, and I don't think a piece needs to have a happy ending. You know, like it's near. As far as I can tell, Drakengard have similar things. If it's always there's always a bittersweet element to it. There's always a black comedic element to it.
Yeah.
It can be very effective telling a story, like, or rather, it's perfectly fine for a story to just make you feel incredibly sad.
Just make you feel.
I think this game completely earns what just happened. And I think there's a lot of nuance to what happens there, but also it's full on in it.
Mm-hmm. The word is anguish.
Yeah. But so far, the word for Route C has been anguish in general.
Why is it root C?
For
See all these
kanguish.
feelings.
Oh no, yours makes more sense.
Does it though?
Kind of. Also, there is one thing I wanted to point out. Like, let's get away from the sad bits. It's just one interesting thing I realized earlier. When we were finding out about A2's squad. Okay, actually, back to the sad bits.
Oh.
Quite interestingly, they had a scanner unit there that was a girl. We don't see any girl scanner units in the entirety of NieR Automata. Like, all the scanners we see are big short boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe there's like been designs for her. I tried to look to see if there's been any designs for Scanner Unit 21. As far as I can tell, there haven't been.
Huh.
I'd quite like to see like what the girl version of the scanner outfit looks like, because it's probably quite cool.
It's just cute. It's gonna be cute, right?
Well, it can be like tough and cool too.
No, it's gonna be cute.
Okay, it's gonna be
Tiny
cute.
shorts.
We've decided. Wow. Yeah, like the first time after I saw that whole section with Pascal, I genuinely like I'd been like playing the game constantly. I genuinely couldn't play for a couple of days.
Oh. Well,
So
not
we're
gonna
gonna
be
take a
playing
week
for
off
couple
now.
Days. Yeah. Great.
Perfect time to process what just happened.
Thank you for playing, Danny.
Thank you for joining me in. Thank you for joining us as well, everyone. It has been a very full-on one today. But like I said, not everything can be happy all the time. I still think this game is, playing through it a second time, I think this game is just as fantastic as I ever thought it was. That includes this section.
I wasn't expecting it.
I'm really sorry, there's no way for me to prompt you that a day's gonna be a bit sad, because then, like, you expect the worst.
Yeah.
Like, if I'd said anything about anything relating to today, you know, hey, how do you feel about Pascal in?
Pascal's cute. Oh.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I'm prepared to have feelings about that. Okay.
Aww. We love you, Pascal. It's time for us to
Love you,
go, I
Pascal.
think. It's time for us to put our hover butts on and leave. Thank you ever so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. Bye.
Goodbye, loves. We'll see you again soon.